Yeah, just first things first, before we get this show started, I just want to say, look, like, subscribe, and if you can, you know what I'm saying, you can go ahead and hit the cash app that's listed below, you know, so I can upgrade the equipment and get better editing stuff, and you know what I'm saying, and continue with these efforts to help the kids get recruited, because in the day of the portal, the scholarships coming few and far between, you know what I'm saying. So if I could be another outlet and a way to help kids get promotion, and a way for colleges to click and see who's who and what's what, you know, look, like, subscribe, share, cash out. CampKReporting. I hope you enjoy. Alright, how we doing out there today, football world? This episode is going to be entitled to the class of 2025 running backs. First off, welcome to CampKReporting. And what we're going to do is highlight the class of 2025 running backs across the state of Florida. Some people want to call it the forgotten position because they say that the position is devalued. But if you look at the last four NFL teams that was left, besides Baltimore in the NFC and AFC championship, both teams came out and made sure that they established the runs. You know what I'm saying? All three of them teams came out and made sure they established the runs, and they was ultimately came out victorious. Also, Michigan ran the ball 28 straight times against Penn State in the second half. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even throw the ball in the second half. You know what I mean? So establishing the run is still important. So they don't want to pay them guys, but you know what I mean? That still control the game. The game don't change. You know what I mean? The game don't change. So we're gonna look at what these guys can do, what type of backs they are. Are they an I back, spread back? Believe it or not, that make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are spread backs, not really for the pounding out of the I formation, those tight formations. And you got some wing T backs, some guys that can do it all, run from the 3-point stance. Matter of fact, the guy with the most yards is in a wing T from a 3-point stance. All right, over 2,000 yards. Like, what else can they do? Can they catch downfield? So how flexible is your back? You know what I mean? And which back suits your needs? So I'm not ranking the backs. You know what I mean? Because you see the rankings is based off their offers, but you know, as a recruiter, you want to look for a guy that fits what you do. You know what I mean? That fits what you do, because we all know this is a position that's universal. You know what I mean? The running back position is universal. If a running back good, he just good, period. Don't matter where he play. You could tell a running back. You know what I'm saying? We're going to show some videos for about a minute and a half, you know, because that's all sometimes college coaches, they just click on and they just want to see. That's why you got to set your huddle up right. And coaches, y'all got to get these kids to set their huddle up right, because some coaches just going to look at the first minute and a half and turn it off. They got 50 states to go look at. You know what I mean? So you got to put your plays and everything and put your stats on there, coaches. Tell them to put their stats on there. How many yards you got? How many yards per carry? How many touchdowns do you have? You know what I mean? Your height, your weight, you know? Because some of them, to be honest with you, some of these kids, I couldn't find film on them. You know? I couldn't find film on them. You know? But they pretty much ranked up, but still, I think all the kids need to have some film. And I know y'all ready for some football, so we're going to go and get to it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to flash some videos, check the kids out, and you take your pick, and I'm going to let y'all rank them. CampKReporting. Here we have CJ Nettles. CJ Nettles comes in at about 5'9", 185 pounds, from Pensacola up there in the Panhandle. Breaks tackles like you can see here. Finishes his runs, and then still has the legs to go 70 plus yards after that. You know what I mean? Still has the legs to go 70 plus yards after that. He got a real nice skill set. The ability to outrun angles. He can take a yard. He can also flex him out, as you're going to see on, makes the linebacker miss in the hole, you know, makes another guy miss, bounces it back, then has the speed to just outrun your entire secondary. I mean, this dude look like he going to pull something chasing this kid, you know, and you can flex him out receiver as well at the slot. He'll help you out in the passing game. You know, every running back can't do this. You know what I mean? Then make people miss in the secondary. Then outrun angles and have the ability to, you know, take the play yard. Here he is again, breaks another tackle, chops it up, and then just outruns your secondary. You know what I mean? And just flat out outruns your secondary. What, about 5'9", 185? Here he is here making the secondary miss, breaking tackles, and finishing runs. You know what I mean? I told you that's the element that I like. Once again in the slot here, I'm going to just let this one play, even though we're over the 130 mark, just showing that he can go downfield and make acrobatic catches. Next guy we got here is from the National Powerhouse State Championship team, Jaquari Lewis. Very strong runner right here between the tackles, breaks tackles, physical runner, breaks both safeties tackles, and then finishes the runoff. He finished the runoff. Helped take Chaminade to a state championship, and could have easily been a national champion, but you know, it's based off rankings. They beat who they needed to beat. They beat everybody. They beat Central. They beat the national rank. I forget what national ranked team they played, but they came down to South Florida and they beat them. You know, here he is in the passing game, downfield, showing that you can flex him out, his flexibility, just being a pure athlete. You know, just being a pure athlete, you can flex him out of the backfield. That was a pretty athletic catch right there. You know, once again showing the physicality, throwing somebody up off him, then finishing his runs. He's very good at finishing his runs, you know. And like I said, I like that element. He's up top right now. You can flex him out, show the skills. You can easily put this guy in the slot. You know what I mean? You can easily put this guy in the slot. He comes in at about 5'9", 186 pounds. Yeah, like 5'9", 186 pounds. Once again, finishing his run, giving the safety, letting that secondary feel him. You know what I mean? The next one is in the state championship up there at Florida A&M, my alma mater. Go ahead and pounding it in and taking Chaminade to the state championship and national prominence. Right here we got DeAndre Desor. I don't want to say his name wrong, but he automatically comes out and shows you his the added dimension he gives in the special teams game. He can return kicks. He comes in at about 5'9", 185 pounds, and he has the ability to stretch the field. And when you see him fast in South Florida, then they fast. And here's another dimension that he adds in the punt return game. Like I say, some people are kick returners, and then some people are punt returners. Punt returners are just making people elude and miss and things of that nature. You know what I mean? You gotta be a very elusive type person to be able to be a punt returner. You know, a kick returner is just one stick move and go. He's gonna put his foot in the ground right here and all up field, stretching the field and pulling away at that when he does break away. Pulling away. Here he goes out of tight formation, I formation, where you can run out of, making a secondary miss, then showing the power and the drive to keep his feet moving, get in the end zone. Showing his blocking skills, because he has another counterpart down there as well. That's one of the top backs in the state. That other back a little bigger than him though, but there he goes, breaking tackles. And this next kid is Cedric White from Cardinal Gibbons. Cedric White from Cardinal Gibbons. He comes in weighing at about 5'10", 195 pounds, good size back. Breaks tackles. There it is again, that ability to break tackles and keep the play going. He's a home run hitter. He's a home run hitter. He's gonna show his skills right here in the passing game. Soft hands, like he can help you out in the passing game as well. Like I say, I wasn't that good of a catcher over my shoulder like that. You know what I mean? So he's able to be flexible for you like that. Here he is again against American Heritage here. Very good defense from American Heritage. Fast enough to get the edge and bend the corner and outrun angles. Here he is as another dimension for you in the return game. So you get a kick returner as well. Later on in the film, he has another one that he returns for a touchdown. And once he gets an open field, able to outrun, just flat out outrun people. And he's outrunning people in South Florida, you know, with that South Florida speed. Here he's on the screenplay, soft hands. That's his game. Makes a man miss right there. And once again, that speed, outrunning, cuts back on that angle, uses the field. You know, some people just run out of bounds, but he took the opportunity to go ahead and cut back. Soft hands on the swing pass out here. Makes a guy runs through a tackle, makes another tackle miss, breaks another tackle, and eventually to the end zone. Got another kick return here. Like I say, he has another dimension to your game. Breaks tackles again, once again, and then still has the speed to go ahead and stretch the field. Now he's playing too much here. Next up we got here is King Davis. King Davis from Miami Central. King is a strong runner, has breakaway speed, but his game is breaking tackles. Comes in at about 5'8", 170. He played at 5'8", 170 this year, so you can catch him around probably maybe up to about 180 coming into his senior year. And again, like I said, his runs are between the tackles. Strong runner. He breaks tackles. Now the only thing with King is they had 3 running backs, so you know he's not gonna get the carries that all the other guys got, and that's not a bad thing. That means he doesn't have the wear and tears. It's showing the soft hands again on the option. Here he is again. He's gonna stiff arm the safety right there. Like I say, you know, to get those extra yards, you know what I mean? That's the type of backs I like that are gonna break tackles. This is against the state champions, Columbus, Miami, Christopher Columbus, state champions, and he, you know, manages to still stay up. Here he goes through to show you the toughness, you know, throwing D linemen off him, breaking tackles. Just a relentless runner. A relentless runner. Here once again, he's gonna break another tackle, and that's what you look for. Can you break a tackle? Can you keep the drive going? You know. And here he is again. He's gonna break another tackle. You know. So you can draw up your defense, but you can't account for the broken tackles. You know what I'm saying? You can't account for the broken tackles. Gets his foot in the ground, gets upfield, able to cut back across the grain. Like I say, breaking tackles is his game. Now this next kid right here coming out of Miami Edison, as you can see, Sterling Joseph, and that's a hell of a GPA right there, 4.7 GPA, 1,400 all-purpose yards and 12 touchdowns, first team all day. I remember this game here. I got a chance to watch Sterling a couple games thanks to Section 104. This is the game that broke this game open. I believe they won this game 12-7, and dude, this was the go-ahead run to put Edison over top over Hialeah. And just on this play showing some good vision and being able to cut back, seeing the field. This is against the state contender runner-up Homestead right here. Good balance, good. I'm glad he switched that ball, you know. But that's, hey, some coaches teach like that. I had the chance to see this game here. I want to say this game Sterling had 3 touchdowns. This is versus North Miami in their own backyard. I want to say he had maybe 3 touchdowns that game. You know, I don't know why, you know, Edison would be moving the ball with the ground that particular game right there. And they threw like 3 interceptions to stop the drive, and Sterling was killing. You see 147 yards on a very good Miami Northwestern defense. Up there in trash power, shows his blitz pickup skills. You know what I mean? To be a running back, you got to be able to, you know, pick up the blitz. Good solid pickup right there. This is against a good Palmetto team. Palmetto went about 10-2, so he's played some good competition. You know what I mean? He's played some good competition. It shows he's strong right there. You know, this is his second touchdown versus North Miami. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think he had 3 touchdowns this game right here. You know, and they win over North Miami. Here goes another run versus the state contenders here. Just shows some drive, gives the safety a little pop right there. You know, he's a tough guy to bring down. He's a load to bring down. As you can see, this kid we got here, Simeon from Naples High School, over 2,000 yards rushing, 27 touchdowns, and his whole highlight tape looked like this, you know, running from the near and far and split back position, a little bit of veer, just basically some leads. And it's and most of them come between the tackles, you know. He's a home run hitter. His whole highlight tape looked like this. You know what I mean? Kid had 27 touchdowns, over 2,000 yards, one of the top rushers in the state, if not maybe the top rusher in the state, you know. And like I said, he is a home run guy right here. Not in your typical spread offense, you know. Of course, you know, that's what I'm saying. A running back would be a running back, period. You know, he knows how to put his foot in the ground. And like I said, I haven't been seeing too many of them do the jump cut. Jump cut is more like college teaching, you know. But this kid, he rips him off. And when he gets into the secondary, you can kiss it goodbye. So he's out running. You know, DBs are the fastest guys on the field. And he's out running the DBs, you know. He has good vision inside, between the tackles, breaks tackles. And then has the speed and strength to finish his runs. And he's not no short runs here, you know what I mean? Like I say, 2,000 yards, over 2,000 yards rushing, and 27 touchdowns over there for his Naples team. So when you coming to see Naples, you know you coming to see Sean Simeon. So we'll see what kind of senior year he has. He's poised, you know, he'll be running with a bullseye on his chest. But yeah, it's an elite back right here. All right, here we have Byron Lewis, American Heritage, 6'1", 215 pounds, and I love his running style. Breaking tackles. This one of them like Georgia running backs right here. You know what I mean? I can see him in the SEC somewhere, Alabama or Georgia, with his running style. Run behind his pads, he don't run erect. He breaking tackles, making people miss. And they had a tough schedule, and he finished with over 1,200 yards and 18 touchdowns, along with his counterpart, DeAndre. So American Heritage got 2 of the best backs in the state coming back, well, quite possibly the nation, right here. With this kid, a thunder and lightning type. You know, DeAndre's a little smaller, but both of them can make the home run hit. You know, you see him here, all the runs that I've seen are between the tackles. He break tackles. That's what I told you. That's how I love it. I love when people break tackles. You know what I'm saying? We don't see these sizable backs like this down here in Miami because, you know, when they grow up young in Little League, they tend to put them in. Like you can't. What the defense? What coach can? What can you call for a defense for a guy that break tackles? You got the right scheme, the guy in place, and boom, this guy run through your block. Look at that. That man unblocked. Coach called the right play, but you know, when you got a dynamic back, you know, you got things like this that happen. So American Heritage look like they band all stand together, so you can see them make a push as well. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Able to make a guy miss in the backfield, throwing D linemen off him, throwing them linebackers and shit, man. Them linebackers and stuff. This next guy we got here, name is Tavon Swin. He only played in 5 games. He's not your typical home run hitter, but you know, every back is not a home run hitter, but this guy tends to break tackles, you know. He has soft hands, good in the return game. You can run in between the tackles. He can run from the spread offense to the I formation, as you'll see here on the kick return. Tends to like bounce off tackles. He has a good eye for the field because he does what a lot of backs don't do, and he uses the whole field. You know, tending to cut back, things of that nature. Here he goes out of the I formation. You can see him, real power play, run behind his pads. You know, it's a tight formation. Like I say, all backs don't like to run from these tight formations with loaded boxes, but he keeps his feet driving and gets in the end zone. You know, some backs, it'll take them a couple times to get the ball, but they'll get it downfield for you. Here he goes showing his skills in the passing game. Like I say, he can use the whole field, you know what I mean? Breaks tackles, you know, typically keeps his team in the game. Now, I don't know, maybe this physical running nature caused him to only play 5 games this year, but there he goes, bouncing off defensive lineman again. You know, real strong runner here. Tavon's from Osceola Kissimmee. Nice off hands on the option right there. He's from Osceola Kissimmee. Like I say, he's not a home run hitter, but you know, he does compile a lot of yards, and he makes his offense go. You know what I mean? Once again, cutting back with the vision, able to see the field. And who we got now coming up is Quono. I like his running style. You know, he puts his foot in the ground. He comes in at about 5'10", 183 pounds. He has that one cut and go. You know, can change directions easily. You know, he don't do the jump cut. You know, like I said, I don't teach the jump cut. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my running backs leaving their feet. He got that. He doesn't pat his feet to have to change direction. He's a breakaway back at that. He just puts his foot in the ground, showing his availability in the passing game. Soft hands on the screenplay. Still goes toward his run yards because he's it's behind the line of scrimmage. Just basically kind of coasting right here. And his next play, he shows his he's coming out of the I back. You know, you've seen him from the spread. Now you can run him in the I between the tackles, breaks tackles, and I told you that's what I look for in a running back. You know, the ability to break tackles. Even in the end zone here, he's gonna stay up. You know, from this is Calvary Christian. Like I say, he has all types of speed. You know, outrunning the secondary. Here we got this guy coming in, Elwin. Elwin out of Tampa Catholic. See, he got his yards up there. He got his touchdowns up there. You a nice little close up of his, you know, physical body. And he goes out of the running outside zone. Has the ability to know to chop it back, you know, make a man miss, and also break a tackle and keep his balance. Also stays up in the end zone. You know, that's what I look for as a running back. You know, that you can break tackles and you know, because that's what I don't see a lot of guys doing. You got a lot of people, and also here it goes as well. It takes a special person to play special teams. Now you also have the element of a return man, you know, and it's just pure running back right here where you can make people miss. Punt returners are very special. You know what I mean? Some kick returners can't be punt returners. You get what I'm saying? A kick return and see it, hit it, boom, you go in the open. Now this play, I don't know what he was doing. I don't like that. You bouncing way out there, so he erased it. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, or whatever. But he also shows his blocking skills, his aggression. You know what I mean? Here's another. He can also get in the slot, go downfield, catch the ball downfield, make plays for you in the passing game as well. You know, he doesn't always have to. So he's one of the guys you can leave on the field. You get what I'm saying? Who's a mismatch for a linebacker. Here we go with counter action from the deep set. You know what I mean? So he can run from the deep set formation. Shows the effort right there. Jumps in the end zone to score the touchdown. Now this one here I left on here on purpose. We passed the 130 mark, but just to show you his effort that, you know, guys block for him when he gets the ball. He busting his behind to get down that block. And you gotta appreciate that as a coach. Now coming up here, we got Mr. Walz Clark. That's Walz Clark from Tampa Plant. And I'm gonna leave this play up here because this is what they do up the road a lot. You see more two-way players, and you know, it give you a different knowledge of the game and show you his grittiness. Again, he can come out of the I backfield right here. I would like for him to put the ball in that outside hand, but shows the athleticism and the toughness to, you know, jump over the opponent head and to be able to play defensive end, and then you go back and be able to return kicks too. This is what some of them can do. All running backs can't return kicks. You know what I'm saying? So this gives you another element of what he can add to your team. You get what I'm saying? Has the breakaway speed. You know, he has the toughness because he plays defensive end. So he's out there sometime at times battling with big offensive linemen and etc. Here's another kick return by him. Well, this one just looks easy where he just rips it straight up the middle, just displaying the speed and the nice stride, you know. So that's what I say. He got all these explosive plays at the beginning. Here's another one. That's power I, some old school Pop Warner. But what you don't know is that you use those upbacks as the power guys where you can kick and have the other back pull through as if he was a pulling guard. Meanwhile, you got two double teams at the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? You got two double teams at the line of scrimmage, so you're not gap scheming. Here they are again out of the I backfield, same thing. Power football, ability to make a guy miss and also outrun people, you know? And like I say, we only gonna look at like a minute and a half. There it is again. He can flex out, you know, different receivers. I wasn't able to catch the ball downfield like that as a running back. I can catch a hitch like he just did, but you got some of these guys can actually go downfield and catch over their shoulder. All right, so first up, who we got here? From this kid's from Venice. Jise Wilder. I hope I said that right. Jise Wilder. He comes in at 5'9", 180 pounds. Runs behind his pads, you know. Running a little erect right there, but good solid in between the tackles type runner. Breaks a lot of tackles. That's what I look for in a running back, the breaking of the tackles. I was looking at some of the top running backs in the nation, and they out of town to where they don't have that Florida speed. So every time they break the line of scrimmage, it's a big run. You know what I'm saying? Every time they break the line of scrimmage, it's a big run and nobody's catching them. So they highlight tape mostly full of just long runs. So after, what I do is what a lot of coaches ain't gonna do. I skip toward the end of the tape to where it's not all the touchdown runs and everything, and then you see the more grittier type runs. Like this guy breaks tackles right here. You know what I mean? That's what I ultimately look for in a running back. That does it for our episode of Camp K Reporting, the 2025 running back class edition. Next week, next show we'll be showcasing the offensive linemen across the state of Florida. We're gonna get a big boy some love. You know what I'm saying? They go hand in hand with the running backs. And the thing about it was when we made our state run the state 2020 before the year, my coach was like, man, we're losing our O-line coach, and it's hard to find good O-line coaches. And as offensive coordinator, I about all but damn near quit. I told him I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But my brother stayed, you know what I'm saying, and waited till after the season to go out to Texas, and it was worth it, you know what I'm saying, because we made it to state, you know what I mean, and we ran our way to state, you know what I'm saying. But like, that just goes to show, like, you know what I'm saying, I understand the value of a good offensive line coach. So next week we're going to showcase the class of 2025 offensive lineman coaches. These are loyal guys. You're not going to really see them transfer like that all over the place, and try and get them some light. So Camp K Reporting, I'll see y'all next episode. Appreciate your support.